Hello, my name is Andrea and welcome to my channel. I'm currently a design student and incoming UX design intern at Amazon, and today I wanted to create a video to kind of give you a little bit of insight into how I landed some interviews with major tech companies last semester when I was on the job hunt for a UX or product design internship for this summer. So I actually have some notes right here because I wanted to make sure I was being as concise as possible when making this video. So if I'm looking over to my left, it's just me kind of looking at some notes that I kind of jotted down for this video. So to start, I kind of wanted to give a little bit of background of how I kind of found myself into design. I actually started off my undergrad as a biology major, and after like 2 years, I kind of realized that biology just wasn't for me and it wasn't something that I wanted to study anymore. So I remember making the switch of my major to graphic design, but even that didn't feel entirely right. And ever since I saw the words UX design, I kind of researched a lot about it, and I kind of came to this path where I was trying to decide whether I wanted to continue in university, whether I wanted to try out a boot camp, or even try out applying for an apprenticeship. And after much research and consideration, I actually decided to stick with finishing up my undergrad, and I researched programs here in Atlanta, Georgia, where I could actually finish off my degree, and now I am currently studying interaction design. So since then, I've done a lot of different things, and that's kind of what I will be explaining in this video, all of which have really helped lead me to landing big interviews with these major tech companies. So if this is something that interests you, I hope that you will keep watching. And without further ado, let's get into the rest of the video. So the first thing I wanted to discuss is your portfolio. And I kind of wanted to explain what a portfolio is and kind of why it's important. A UX portfolio is kind of your first step in the door to actually get an interview with whichever company you are currently applying for. A UX portfolio contains different case studies that you have worked on and really showcases your design thinking and your design process. So why is a UX portfolio important? Well, it gets you your foot into the door once you actually apply. So a recruiter is actually the person that will first take a look at your portfolio, and they usually take less than 2 minutes to even skim through it to decide whether or not you will be moving to the next step of the application process, which is the interview. I personally think it's really important to have a strong portfolio that best showcases your skills and your thought process as a designer. I've noticed that many portfolios, especially in UX design, are in a website, like a personal website format, and a lot of them have been following a similar structure. But there are so many things that you can do with your portfolio, and there's so many different platforms that you can build them with, such as Squarespace, Wix, and Webflow. And if you'd like, I can also make a video on how I kind of built and designed my own portfolio and kind of best practices when it comes to making your own. So the next order of business, I wanted to talk about your resume. So every time I applied to a role, whether it was a UX design role or a product design role, I was always asked to upload a resume. And for me, this was actually kind of a daunting thing because I had to really work on my resume because I didn't really have a lot of experience. Honestly, I had like no experience in design whatsoever. You have to tailor your experience to the roles you're applying for. So I'm actually going to pull up my resume, the one that's currently uploaded on my portfolio, and the one I use when I am applying to roles, to kind of show you how I tailored my old work experience into a UX design tailored resume. In my resume, the places I previously worked at were American Eagle Outfitters. This was back in 2017 to 2019. And I was also an associate banker at JP Chase for about a year back in 2019-2020. And so I'll just give you a little snippet of kind of how I tailored a certain experience for UX design. So reading directly off my resume, one of the points I have for under American Eagle Outfitters is promoted by store management as a product expert and assisted 5,000 plus customers with sizing and fitting needs using a customer-focused approach. That sounds a lot better than just saying promoted by store management by assisting 5,000 customers, helping them pick out products. And so one of my points that I have under my resume for JP Chase is that I introduced and implemented a new customer greeting process to reduce the average service wait time by 8 minutes during peak hours. So this really shows that there was a problem and that I proposed solutions in order to fix it. And as a result, I was able to reduce the average time that a customer had to wait in line. This is what I kind of mean by tailoring your experience in terms of UX design. Really showcasing how there was a problem, how you fixed it, and what came out as a result because of it. So when it comes to your resume, just really think about your past experiences and how you can really use them to your advantage when you are tailoring your resume for any UX design or product design roles you want to apply for. So another important thing that I think I did was definitely take the time to build connections. I knew that if I wanted to land an internship for this following summer, that I would actually have to connect with other people in the industry and actually get to know some insights and best practices. And I was already really curious about a lot of different roles at different companies, especially as so many were opening up at the time. I still see internships open now and it's February. So definitely being able to connect with those people ahead of time just in order to gain those insights that would be necessary during my interviews with these companies. And I found that a lot of people were actually really nice and they actually really want to help. I also reached out and connected with other people who worked at other companies I was interested at, including recruiters. So I did this a lot with Duolingo, the Home Depot, and I think those are the only two that come to mind right now. But a lot of people were really nice and they actually shared so many resources with me, which I found extremely helpful. So definitely build those connections, start messaging people, and just be genuinely curious about the roles that you are applying for and show that excitement. And I think that really shows through when you are messaging someone, and that really makes them more likely to respond to you and spend some of their time helping you out. From my experience, when I messaged the UX manager at the Home Depot, we actually just had a simple conversation, and I actually applied to the role about 2 months later. And it was interesting enough because I did end up getting an interview with them, and he was there, and I found that really insightful, being able to learn from someone who's actually involved in part of these interviews. And I also had connected with a recruiter at Duolingo. She personally reached out to me, inviting me to something that they host called Duolingo Design Day for students, and I learned so much just from there. And I was invited even before I was invited for an interview. So definitely reach out to these companies. There's so many great resources out there that they want to share with you. They want to see you succeed. So definitely reach out to any companies that you are interested in. And I also kind of want to give you an example of when I actually messaged these recruiters. So I'm going to just pull up my LinkedIn really quick and just look at my messages. So when I reached out to the UX manager at the Home Depot, I literally said, "Hello, I hope all is well. My name is Andrea Romero and I am in Atlanta studying interaction design at Blank University. I was exploring internship opportunities and found that I am interested in the user experience intern position for the Home Depot. I was wondering if you had the time, if you could provide me with some insights into what UX managers like yourself look for in potential candidates for a company like Home Depot. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great weekend." So that was kind of just one example of how I messaged someone, but I did this a lot of times, and sometimes you're not going to hear back from everybody, but those people that you actually do hear back from are super helpful and super beneficial, and you should definitely just take the time to message people who are in these roles that you are interested in. So the next thing I really wanted to talk about are other resources that you can use to your advantage to help you land interviews. And so for me, I quickly learned that design is a very collaborative field, and we have to use this to our advantage because there are so many different online design communities that you can be a part of. Use different platforms to your advantage, like LinkedIn is a really good one. Some people use Twitter, and there's so many online Discord servers, and just use this to your advantage to learn about different upcoming workshops, different events, and just different internship and job opportunities, and also just a chance to learn more overall about the design community and what it's currently looking like. One resource that I really want to mention that was really beneficial for me was Handshake. And if you don't know what Handshake is basically an app, or it's a company that basically, it's a platform where students can upload information about themselves, where they go to school, and their resume. And different companies will actually post their jobs to this website, and there's different recruiters who are on there who will actually message you about an opportunity at their company. And so this happened to me multiple times. I got messages from different companies, and I would also get job alerts for different internships that were opening up. And it's really awesome because imagine just a recruiter reaching out to you based on information, asking you to apply for a role at their company. I actually applied to Amazon directly through their website and actually got an email back from a recruiter about 2-3 weeks later. But during that process, I actually got a message from an Amazon recruiter on Handshake asking me to attend an Amazon recruiter event where they would be talking about their UX roles at Amazon, such as UX design and UX research. And it was really interesting to be able to message this recruiter and let him know I already applied and I'm already in the process of interviewing with Amazon, but thank you so much for reaching out to me about this wonderful opportunity. So I find that really interesting. I definitely think that you should be on Handshake, especially if you're looking for internship or job opportunities. If you're currently looking for a design community online that you currently want to join, one of the ones that I first participated in was Design Buddies, which is a really large organization, and they host so many wonderful events and workshops. And I actually founded a company that I'm currently helping out called The Habit Factory. They run these portfolio campfires where they kind of give this platform for different creatives to work on their platform for 2 weeks. And this is actually what I did, and I think it helped me immensely on my portfolio in terms of presentation skills and just learning best practices. So I definitely recommend Design Buddies if you're looking for an online community, and also check out The Habit Factory as well. I will also try to link everything that I've been mentioning in these videos in terms of resources down below. I'm sorry, I'm new to this, but it will be down below. So now that you've done the portfolio, you've done the resume, you're reaching out to people, building connections, you're looking at your other resources, and now it's time to actually start applying. How do you kind of go about applying? Well, for me, I applied everywhere and anywhere for the most part. But I truly do recommend looking and checking out these job descriptions to seeing if you're a good fit for a role, because you don't want to apply for a role that you later on won't be interested in. And so I definitely recommend checking out these job descriptions, but definitely reach out to roles even if you don't feel like you're 100% qualified for it. If you don't meet every qualification in the job description, I highly recommend that you still apply, because you'll be surprised how many times you'll actually hear back from different recruiters asking for more information and wanting to learn more about you. So internship season typically starts like August, September, October, November, December, January. That's typically where the deadlines start to kick in for internships, because all these companies kind of want to get their interns for the summer ready to go. So I highly recommend starting to check out those job descriptions really early on. And even now this summer, if you're looking for an internship for next summer, start this summer building that portfolio, building that resume, and gaining that experience and building connections with others, because that's exactly what I did, and it helped me in the long run because I was able to land my UX design internship for the summer. I honestly think that this is kind of one of the most important things that you can take from this video, and it's definitely the mindset that you need to have during your journey, during your process, while you're interviewing, while you're applying, and how to kind of go about this. The design industry can kind of be a little bit daunting because everyone's on the hunt for their next job or their next opportunity, and you hear about how highly competitive the industry and the field is right now, especially as UX design gets more and more popular. I believe that you shouldn't let this control how you kind of go about things. As long as you're doing what you need to do and showcasing your best skills, I truly do believe that the opportunity that is meant for you will definitely find you. You just have to put in that effort and really navigate through the ups and downs of your journey. I personally got a lot of auto rejection emails. I personally never heard back from some companies. Even after interviewing with some companies, I actually didn't get the position, and all these were really heartbreaking, but I definitely kept pushing through, and I kept doing what I needed to do and showcasing my best skills as a designer. I ended up getting different interviews with different tech companies such as the Home Depot, IBM, Amazon, Blizzard Entertainment, Duolingo, and was actually reached out to by a recruiter at LinkedIn asking me to apply for one of their product design internship roles. So even after all the rejections and auto reply emails, I definitely think you just have to keep pushing forward. The opportunities that are meant to you will really come to you, and you just have to make sure that you are putting in that effort, you're doing what you need to do, and you're constantly trying to learn and be better and learning from those experiences, which is definitely something that I did. And as a result, I was really able to grow from all the feedback that I was receiving, and really being able to apply that into my future interviews with these companies. So you made it to the end of this video. I really hope that this video can give you just a little bit of insight of how someone's journey can go. I was literally a bio major around this time last year, and these are just some of the things that I did that I really focused on that helped me to land these interviews with these companies, and also landing some internship offers as well. Honestly, I had so much fun with this video, kind of reflecting back on my UX journey and kind of how I got here. And I really want to continue sharing my UX journey with you all. So I plan on making some more exciting videos where I will kind of go into more detail about some of the things I kind of touched upon here, and just kind of offer some more tips and advice in UX, and just kind of share my journey and how it's going. And I hope that you will stay tuned and continue watching. Subscribe if you like the video, and stay tuned for more. I was gonna say, if you'd like to connect with me on LinkedIn, I will leave it down below. And also, please just send me a note and let me know if you came from YouTube, because that would be really awesome. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye for now.